Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another machine on the VulnHub, which is Backdoored. The link will be put in the description section below so that you can download it and play it on your own. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. You're greatly appreciated. So now we can head over to Linux to begin with. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. So as you can see over here, the IP address of the target machine could be recognized as 34. So what shall we do next? We need to conduct port and surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the default script scan, and then this is a virtual scan and then default script scan, followed by the full range port scan. And the last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Then can we retrieve scanning results whenever. Although the IP address of the target machine has been changed since I re-imported the machine into the VMware workstation, so this time different IP address has been assigned to the machine by internal DHCP server of VMware. From the map scanning results, we can tell that the target machine has only one open port, 1337, and the surface is HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And also we can get its version information, Apache 2. And I don't think this version is vulnerable. So what shall we do next? We need to enumerate this web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser. To perform manual enumeration first, we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. Oh, sorry, I forgot to specify the port number, because this case is not default port number by web. Press enter again. So here give us some information about the machine itself. So, we do not need to spawn a root shell. We only need to read the root flag. Okay. So now, and also we can get its location of both user flag and root flag. So now we can check its source code, because sometimes source codes can leak something valuable or sensitive, but we cannot find it here. Next, we can access its robots file, base 64 string that contains SSH user and password. Unfortunately, based on our nmap scanning, the target machine doesn't have SSH service running. So maybe this is some kind of rabbit hole. So next, we can bring back the terminal window to launch Nicto to perform automatic enumeration. I always start automatic web enumeration with Nicto. Nicto can give us sometimes very important and rich information. For example, like the version information, the request header, and allowed HTTP methods. Sometimes we can exploit dangerous methods such as put for our purpose. For example, uploading PHP web shell to the target machine. But this case, we can't find anything valuable from Nicto. I'd like to interrupt here. Next, we can launch the Gobuster to perform directory enumeration. And we can use W option to specify the word list. You know, I always use this word list. Oh, sorry, I forgot to specify the pod number. So this is the reason why we got error, collection refused. So now Gobuster can start its enumeration as usual. You know, in most cases, we can use this word list. And, you know, this word list can work fine for many scenarios. But I'd like to tell you, I also have already mentioned it over and over again in my channel. Sometimes we need to try different word lists. Even we need to create our own word list. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to pause the Gobuster because we can't find anything useful from this word list. Instead, we need to try different word list, which is located under Seclists. You know, in order to use this word list, you need to install it. Okay, so discovery, web content, loft, directory, press enter. You know, this is also another very frequently used word list, loft, large directories. And so now, Gobuster, oh, we got some error, invalid control character in URL. But this doesn't matter. It's almost done. We find this new directory. Again, I'd like to emphasize to you, sometimes we need to try different word lists. Even we need to try different utilities. For example, like Gobuster, .b, .search, okay? Even we need to write our own program with Python, okay? So anyway, we have already got this directory. Now we can access this directory by the browser. Actually, this is a web shell, so we can run id command. So of course it's fine, but I'm going to spawn a beta shell. Sorry. So we can run like Netcat. Netcat is available, so it's good. So next we can, sorry about this, we can set up the listener on the Kali Linux, waiting for collection from the target machine, because I'm going to spawn a new shell. Okay, so how to do? Let me run command netcat with option of e bash followed by the IP address of the Kali Linux, and then port number, press enter. If we bring back the terminal window, you can see we have already got another collection. Beautiful. And next, we need to spawn interactive shell by Python. Python 2 is available. Then we can import pty module spawn. Okay, and also I'd like to define environment variable term. Then we can clear screen whenever to get a bigger space on the window. So what are we going to do next? We need to gather information about the target machine to find vectors which allow us to elevate privilege. Okay, home directory, a new one, normal user, Bob, and so this command ID will present membership of the user, but it's okay, it's all right. So now we can run sudo, but this user cannot run sudo. And we can navigate to opt directory, nothing here. Oh, home directory, we can grab the user flag without any problem. Also, we can have a look at the bash history, but nothing at all. Next, I think I'm going to upload LinPEAS shell script to perform automatic enumeration. Okay, and I've already got this script ready. In order to upload this script to the target machine, of course, you can take different ways, like setting up Netcat, or you can use the, Python. We can I like to take the second approach, which is my preferable way. Okay, so we can set up a web server on the Linux locally with Python 3. So now the web server is started. So now we can use wget to upload LinPEAS. It's done. And then we need to make it executable. And then we can run it. As you know, when we try to elevate privilege, in most cases, we need to take advantage of this fantastic script to perform automatic enumeration, because it can gather information about the machine from a variety of aspects, such as process information, cron job, the SUID, binaries with capabilities, and also can look for some files which contain possible credentials. Okay, it's done. Let's scroll up to see whether we can find such attack vector, not factor, vector, but maybe more accurate term. The vector for privilege escalation, cron job, files with capabilities. So the attack command has read capability. As you know, the attack command itself can retrieve content in a reversed direction. This is this is a reverse operation of a cat command. Let me show you what I mean. Cat password. Okay. However, if you use the tag, this time the first line would be at the bottom, at the end. You got my idea. So what can we do next? Because the tag command in this machine has read capability, then we can go to this website, GTF opens. This website contains many binaries, and we can exploit or manipulate different features like SLD, sudo, file read to, for example, to elevate privilege. Okay, so this case, I want to use this one. So how to do? We can copy this part. I want to retrieve the root flag because we are told we can't get root shell, but the only job for us is to read the root flag. No problem. Okay, as you can see, we successfully get the root flag without any problem. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day. Please.